Hello beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm reviewing an A.Karavaev Lodi whistle, and this was sent to me by bigwhistle.co.uk. Now for those of you that don't know, bigwhistle.co.uk is a wonderful online store based in the UK where you can find loads of different brands and makes and models of high and low whistles that come from all over the world. So if you're based in the UK like I am, it's a really wonderful place to shop, especially if you don't want to wait additional delivery times, manufacturing times, and also if you don't want to pay import fees. Now I have worked with Big Whistle before on my channel. They do send me whistles to review, so I get these whistles at discounted prices or sometimes free, and it doesn't affect my review of the instruments themselves. It's just a friendly partnership where I get instruments at affordable prices, and of course they get a little bit of publicity as well. So on to the whistle. Now I've literally just taken this out of the packet because today I wanted to give you my first impressions on this whistle. I have been asked to review Karavaev whistles before, so it's great that I have one now to show you. It's a very lightweight aluminium whistle. It is tunable, and the tuning slide has been taped here, but it's nice and smooth, a good fit. It looks great. So let me give you some close-ups and then we'll get into how it plays. Now, if we look at the mouthpiece on this low whistle, you'll see that it's made from a black plastic, and this square design is similar to other popular whistles you may have seen, such as Chieftain or Copeland or even Goldie whistles. And you'll see that the mouthpiece actually extends or widens as it gets to the whistle body. Now, this is quite a popular and comfortable design in the mouth, but again, helps to give a quite traditional sound to the overall whistle. You'll see that the logo here is embossed on the mouthpiece at the front, and the mouthpiece here actually moves. So we do have the taped section here and a movable, tunable mouthpiece section. Now as we move down the whistle, you'll also see that this whistle comes into multiple parts and is also tunable from a tuning slide right here as well. Now both these joints or slides are taped. Again, this helps to prevent any air from escaping, keeps these joints nice and tight, but also allows for smooth movement of those joints as well, and accurate tuning. Now, as we move further down the body of the whistle, you'll notice that the holes are quite large, especially the fifth and second holes, and these tend to be the contenders for large holes on low whistles. You will have trouble covering this one perhaps if you have slender fingers, but again, using a double piper's grip, which means piper's grip top and bottom, should enable you to cover these holes fairly effectively. It might take a little bit of practice because the finger spacing is quite wide. I definitely have whistles that are closer together on the finger spacing with smaller holes, but again, the holes are relative to the overall size and bore size of the whistle. So as you can see from the bottom here, this is quite a wide bore whistle, but the actual material that the whistle is made from is relatively thin, so it should have a nice clear sound, nice and bright, probably a rich and booming sound because of the size of the bore of the whistle as well. Also, we have the key of the whistle. It's just a little sticker on the bottom here. This is removable, so if you don't like that, you can take it off, but it's a good reference point. So that is the close-ups of the whistle. Now, one of the first things I noticed about this whistle was the weight of it, and it is extremely light for a metal low whistle. So if you're one of those people who struggles with the weight of whistles, but you love the sound of metal whistles, then this could be the perfect whistle for you. The only downside being that the finger spacing is quite a stretch and the holes are a little on the large side, so it would take maybe some finger stretches, a lot of practice just to be able to play this perfectly. And if you do have small, slender hands, this might not be the whistle for you. Now, before we go any further, we need to hear how this sounds, so I'm going to give it a little play. Okay, so as you can hear, this whistle does have a gorgeous, rich sound. It has a beautiful, clear tone, which I absolutely love. The one thing I have found is that it does hurt your fingers when you first start to play this because of the finger stretch. But again, as you can hear, it's not something that I'm unable to do. It's definitely something that's achievable just with a little bit of practice. It sounds like it's pretty much in tune, but I will give it the tuning test in a few moments just so we can check that out. But generally, I'm pretty impressed with how it sounds. Yeah, looks and sounds pretty good to me. Now let's see how it holds up on the tuning. Now, as you can see from the tuning demonstration, we are hitting some pretty accurate notes. I have found that half-holing is a little bit difficult to get used to, and I often find that on whistles with larger holes, mostly because I tend to open the hole a little bit too much, which then throws the half-holed notes off. I always find it easier to half-hole with whistles with smaller holes, because then any tiny amount of whistle hole opening makes the sound. But yeah, it will take a bit of getting used to half-hole cleanly on whistles with larger holes, so just bear that in mind. But once you've practiced that and once you've aced that, this will play half-holes just as cleanly and beautifully as it'll play its natural full open holes, which is pretty cool. It has a gorgeous strength of sound to this whistle. The bell note is beautifully resonant, which is wonderful, and the cross-fingering notes, such as the C natural and again the half-holes, have a great bit of strength to them, which is amazing. As you can see and hopefully hear, it doesn't actually take really any push at all to hit those high notes, and to hit that high D was really simple. So this is going to be one of those whistles that enables you to hit those high notes cleanly every time you try it, and that is very impressive. Now you may find, because of the larger holes, this whistle might take a little bit more practice and experience to cleanly hit the ornaments that you like to use, but this sort of applies to all low whistles, especially if you're having to use a double piper's grip. I can actually get away with my finger pads for the top 3 holes and the piper's grip for the bottom. So yeah, I probably would play this whistle in that way. So you might be able to get away with the half piper's grip that I usually use if you think that gives you a little bit more flexibility. For me, my left hand is pretty much useless. So the more that I can get away with using the finger pads, the greater flexibility I have in this hand, and the better sounds I'm gonna make. Now this A.Karavaev whistle is currently retailing at £145 on the bigwhistle.co.uk website. It's the Nightingale low D whistle. I hope you enjoyed the sound of it. I'm really impressed with it. Definitely one that I'll continue to play. As I've said, the only downside I can see is that the holes are a little on the large side, but it will just take a little bit of getting used to. Everything else about this whistle is pretty amazing. The weight, the sound, the volume, the resonance. Yeah, really enjoying the voice and unique style and sound that this whistle produces. So very pleased to have this one in my collection. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this great little whistle. But before I go and give you my conclusions, I'll give it one last play so you can hear how it sounds all over again. liked this video and you'd like to find out more information about what Big Whistle have to offer on their website, you can find them right here on screen, alongside some of my other whistle reviews. I'll put up whistles that they have currently in stock, so you folks can also check those out as well. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please do hit that big thumbs up button, like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get notifications every time I post a new video, tutorials, tips, tricks, reviews, and so much more. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. I'll see you again on Friday for another awesome tin whistle tune. Until then, happy whistling. Bye.